one thing which we all need to understand is that there is a severe communication problem with the people who are coming from the tier 3 colleges. They need to work on that. I have come across situations where the guy is technically superb, but he's not able to put his thought process to another person. He is not able to explain things to another person, and that's a major concern. And if you want to hire someone and that he cannot talk, I mean, the entire purpose is defeated. So yes, people who are not good at their communication, they need to take up some kind of courses, not when the campus hiring starts. It has to start from the beginning, because you cannot overnight improve your communication. It has to be a process. So start at least when you join and slowly take it forward.
That is very important actually, because of two reasons actually, right? One is obviously you should be able to express what is in your mind, and you will never be doing a one-person project in an industry actually. You have to talk to other guys, you have to figure out what is happening, you should be able to kind of explain the problems you are stuck at sometimes, and take the necessary help from the others. And that's where the communication is very, very critical actually. And not many places you get a chance, if you are a bad communicator, to go to the next stage at all actually. Even from that perspective, that soft skill is very, very important.
Communication to the point that people can understand you. If I'm speaking in a lingo which is completely not coherent, then that's different. But if I can talk about, I can get across, the language part of it stops at that, because we work with clients and people from all over the world. English, yes, is an accepted language, but there are a lot of people who have different languages that they speak, they're more comfortable in, and their English is to a point where they can express themselves. So probably English is something which a lot of the people think is the most important thing. It is important, but I think to a certain extent. What's more important is how articulate you are. Are you able to express yourself? Are you able to really tell the person what exactly you meant, what exactly you want to do?
I will tell you a story which is, why the communication is very, very important. This guy is a fresher who came from one of the colleges. It's actually a tier 2 college, and we were not sure, the whole interview panel was not sure, because he was not able to explain what he has done. But our process was such that we had enough chances for him to kind of showcase it with a written communication or programming skills and things like that. That's where he did a great job with that. However, when we asked questions, he was not able to answer. That was a red flag for us. However, when we went back and looked at his paper, he has done a wonderful job. That's where we took a chance, and we were not sure whether he can do a great job in the development or QA. So we kind of wanted to put him in the QA, and he did a tremendous job in the QA world. And I kind of kept on telling him about the soft skills, which he kind of started improving. I mean, it's not like he cannot figure it out, right? There was not much enough coaching to tell him that, okay, this is also important. With your 95 marks out of 100, you should be able to explain well. You should be able to kind of tell what you're doing, right? That soft skill part, nobody kind of mentored him, nobody kind of coached him, and we kind of got him as a QA. He did a fantastic job for a year, and then he kind of moved into the multi-threaded programming, which people from the industry, like 3-4 years guys, we had trouble getting them up to speed. And this guy is doing a great job right now actually, right after 1 year of doing the QA, and after that moving on to development and learning all these skills actually. So this is a real good experience, and he could have landed in this job, in the development job, which he wanted to do a year back. Just because of his communication skills, he had to kind of struggle for 1 year actually, right? But that is something I feel very, very important, to keep to keep doing some things is very important, and explaining it to the others that what you have done is also important.
People aren't yet very clear about what constitutes assertive communication and how does it differ from, say, aggressive or passive communication. And when it comes to students, obviously it gets even more difficult to emphasize what assertive communication is, because till now, having dealt with only peer groups, people of their own age, where pretty much you can be as you are and not have to change your style to get things done, to make others see your point of view without hurting anybody else's feelings. So this is one area I found most resistance, I could call it, where they just don't get, why do I need to change my style? It's worked for me all this while. I've managed to get ahead, I've managed to get friends, nobody's going to give up on me just because of my style of communication. And it takes a while for this to sink in, that you are no longer in a peer group of where there are like-minded necessarily people. There are people coming from different backgrounds, people at different age groups, people who might be able to tolerate, if I may use that word, your current style, and others who might take offense or might maybe walk over you if you're too passive. And so there is a need to understand, at least, if not change, but at least understand the different styles of communication and how best you can influence people, right? Because when you join a corporate, it's not, yes, you do spend about a year perhaps learning things, but quite soon you're expected to start contributing. And when you're contributing to really have an impact on your project, your work, your team, it's important that you learn the right styles of communication. So just awareness about how am I saying something, what words am I using, what is my body language, will the same things that I used in college hold me in good stead even in the corporate world? Not necessarily. Yes, college is quite forgiving in many ways, but the corporate world need not be that forgiving.
Written communication, again, equally important. You will be communicating with a lot of people over mails. A lot of the ideas, the execution, planning, etc. will be in mails as well. And the final sign-offs will come through mail. So it's very important that you do sharpen your writing skills, etc. But again, be crisp, precise to the point. You don't need to be a Shakespeare. If you are, great. If you are not, don't fret about it.